Welcome to the Mike Staff Productions Facebook page. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Now, hopefully you're not new around here.
I would hope not by this point.
But in case you are, because engagement season is upon us.
It is.
We may have some new wedding shoppers. I'm Lauren, the social media manager here at Mike Staff Productions, and this is Chris Seaman, our director of photography. And
how are you?
every week we hang out here in front of the camera. We've got Natalie from our marketing team behind the scenes, and we talk wedding planning and give you tips and tricks and hopefully some helpful ways to get you through this busy time of year.
Absolutely. And we know that the help is needed.
Exactly. So we hope you're tuning in, taking a lunch break, hanging out, getting ready for Christmas and the holidays and finalizing all your shopping because it's like, gosh, 2 weeks away.
Oh man, it's coming quick. I was just commenting that I'm going to start most of my shopping this evening. Honey, if you saw that, don't worry, it'll be there in time.
Get ready, ladies. This is your future.
It'll arrive by the 25th. That's all that matters. That's the rule.
Thanks, Amazon. So anyway, today what we're going to be talking about, we only have a couple more Facebook Lives for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And we really wanted to touch base with you guys about engagement season.
Yes.
Did you know, this is according to the Knot and Wedding Wire, 40% of engagements take place between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day. So that's like, how many, 3 months for 25% of, my husband did some math problem this morning. He said 25% of engagements take place, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. But I feel like that's a short amount of time for a lot of engagements to happen.
He's an engineer.
But that, I think, we're right now in the thick of engagement season.
Yeah,
so
it sounds crazy. Those numbers sound like, wow, that's so much and so little. But when you really think on it, you think back to friends and your own engagement and everything else, I think it's pretty accurate.
Yep. So what we're going to be talking about today are the 10 most popular days to get engaged.
Yeah.
So maybe if you think a ring is coming, you might be able to kind of plan or prepare. We're also going to be talking about the 6 things you need to do right after you get engaged.
Yep.
And then we're going to give you a little engagement photo session inspiration. So as you maybe are anticipating that ring, you can start to think of, how you want to announce it.
Yeah.
Let everyone know.
I just want to put this out there. If any of you gentlemen out there, or ladies, that are doing the proposing, are taking Lauren's idea of a puppy with the ring as one gift, I need video and photos of it. We want to talk to you afterwards.
Right,
put it out there.
If you caught last week's Facebook Live, we had Logan, our new Mike Staff Productions puppy mascot, live with us here as we were discussing ways to include pets in your weddings. And I was just like, hey guys, a puppy with a ring around the collar?
Done deal.
That's pretty much a
Who
guarantee.
can say no to that, right?
At least for the puppy, anyway.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's break down the 10 most popular days to get engaged because we are approaching one of the biggest. Number 10, the Saturday before Valentine's Day. So, maybe to catch the person off guard a little bit.
I think so.
Not do it right on the day, and then you have Valentine's Day to celebrate.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Number 9, the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. Obviously, you've got friends and family that are off.
That one was a surprise to me. But it makes sense, though. It's a holiday weekend. It's big for barbecues and get-togethers, so I get it.
Bikinis, beers, diamonds.
Exactly. Why not?
Perfect combination.
Exactly.
4th of July weekend, 2 Saturdays before Christmas Eve, so that's like this weekend. And then December 23rd was number 6, so those are slowly approaching.
And I think the 23rd probably because it's just like, it's almost Christmas, but not quite,
it's not quite on the day, but it's just about there, and that way it doesn't take away from all the celebrations. You have your own private moment. Okay, Natalie, let's bring up the top 5. Here we go. New Year's Eve.
Yep.
New Year's Day. So I got engaged New Year's Eve. It was right at midnight. My husband and I were just at home watching the ball drop, and it's like 10 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Countdown's coming. 10, 9, 8. Where's Joel? Where is he? Joel! Get out here, Natalie. You can bring the graphic down while I tell my amazing, riveting story. The ball's gonna drop. It's gonna be New Year's. years.
So
Where
he goes
are
from
you?
kind of being in trouble of like, where are you going to be? Because
So-
you wanted the ball to drop and someone to kiss at midnight.
Where was
Yeah.
he? Right. I mean, we were seconds away,
Right.
and I didn't have my buddy with me, and so I'm like, well, where could he be? So I just stand up with my champagne, expecting to ring in the new year on my own. Out he comes, down on one knee. I forgave him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Asked me to marry him, but I feel like it's a really popular.
Where were you guys at? Were you
Just
at
at
a
home.
party? Just
Nope.
at the house?
Just at home, the two of us. I
Awesome.
had no idea.
Awesome.
Started calling everybody afterwards.
Sure.
So yeah, it was a special moment because it was just the two of us. But I would imagine, at New Year's Eve parties,
Yeah.
it's gonna be quite the show then.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that planning, it's a big thing, right?
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
figuring out the right date that like isn't just coincidentally an anniversary of dating,
Right,
right? I think when you incorporate sometimes, and it depends on the person.
Absolutely.
Some people want to have that like big engagement where everyone's there and the whole bar goes crazy
sure,
and everything
for sure.
else. Like mine was like yours. It was very small. It was very intimate. It was up north, and it was actually the weekend before Thanksgiving because I was
Okay.
like, we can announce and
So
tell
you-
everyone at Thanksgiving.
Right, so you fall right into that time frame.
Yeah.
Okay, Natalie, let's bring up the top 5 again. Now that I've totally derailed everything with my story. Number 5, New Year's Eve. Number 4, New Year's Day. The Not
Yep.
Wedding Wire says if you technically get engaged at midnight, that is a New Year's Day proposal.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve, Valentine's Day, and then number 1, da 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 da, Christmas Day. So we are approaching
A
like
lot.
4 of the most popular days,
Yeah.
2 weeks before Christmas, December 23rd, Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day.
Yeah.
You could be getting engaged. Are you ready?
We hope you're getting engaged if you're not already.
Right. So that's kind of why we wanted to get you prepared, thinking of things that you need to start doing because, okay, now you have the diamond.
Yeah.
You pop some champagne, you tell your friends and family.
Now what?
Then what? I didn't know.
There's stuff to do.
There's stuff to do. There's stuff to do. Okay, so let's bring up our next list. So the 6 things to do right after you get engaged.
Yep.
For me, I think the best advice, it's all about the ring. Get it sized, get it insured. Most importantly, get a manicure and take a selfie with it, or take like that, put your hand up on the steering wheel.
The things that guys don't think about.
I mean, just in case you're unprepared and your nails may not be,
Yeah.
like that's something.
Yeah.
You have to consider that.
I never would have thought of that.
Okay, but get it sized, get it insured, kind
Yeah.
of take care of the biz, and then of course you're going to want to show it off on social media. So
And yes, get it insured.
yes, right
that
away.
was something that
Right
I had
away.
not done yet, and I literally, when I called my dad to tell him that I had done it, he was like, "Okay, give me the information. I'm gonna help you get it insured right now." And I was like, "Okay, let's do this." Like,
You
didn't
can't
think about
forget those
it. So important.
crucial things.
Yep.
Number 2, you got to celebrate. Celebrate your engagement. You can call everybody, make an announcement on social media, plan a big party. So it doesn't have to be instant, but you can celebrate it down a month later or something with
Yeah.
a party.
Yeah.
And then a great way to celebrate your engagement, to make an announcement, is to book an engagement session, which we'll be talking about in just a couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
Number 3, this is the most fun. You can start daydreaming about your dream wedding and all the details, the colors, and who you want to stand up, and when and where, and get the wedding dress magazines. Just buy
Yeah,
a stack. Go
I
to the
think
drugstore
it's like it's no
and
longer
start flip-
awkward to talk about it, right?
No,
Like
right.
now this is happening.
Right.
It was no longer like, well, maybe one day we will, and
Right.
maybe one day you will.
If I get
Now
engaged,
it's-
I want this dress in this color and this size.
Now it's real, right?
Right.
Okay.
So enjoy. Get your girlfriends together. Get those magazines. Flip through them and just have fun. Okay, let's see the rest of the list. Number 4, start bouncing off ideas with your partner. What time of year were you thinking? What type of wedding style do you envision?
Yeah.
Who might you want to have in your bridal party? Just start talking. Just ideas, thoughts. Maybe write them down.
Just conversation pieces.
Grab a bottle of champagne and let it flow.
I like the style of wedding plan. This is very much how my wedding went. There was a lot of wine involved.
Lots of wine. Sorry if I'm making too many alcohol references.
It's very much the same way we did ours. There's a lot of wine involved in all the
Okay.
decisions.
Start drinking wine and start saving money.
Yes.
Number 5, we recommend just start stashing cash.
Yeah.
Anything maybe you were saving for prior, maybe kind of reallocate some of your funds and have a nice little wedding pot going. It's never too soon
No.
to start saving.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
And lastly, this sounds kind of crazy, but even not in wedding wear articles reference this, draft a guest list.
Yeah.
Maybe not immediately after the proposal, but maybe a month or two. The size of your wedding determines so much.
Yeah, and I think even not even like you just said, you start to think about a guest list, right? You start drafting it. You don't have to be listing name by name.
No.
But as
Absolutely.
simple as, okay, we know we want aunts and uncles, first cousins, or we know we want immediate friends we see all the time, and maybe work, maybe not work.
Right.
Start looking at your quadrants of people and your
Absolutely.
circles, and then figuring out what makes sense.
Because knowing how many people you'd like to invite will determine your wedding, your venue.
Yeah.
Will determine if you need a massive hall or a small hall, whether you need to get married on site or off site, have your
And
ceremony
it also is
rather.
going to help to plan your budget.
Absolutely.
You know,
I mean,
120 versus 300 people is a big budget difference.
huge difference.
Yeah.
And so the budget is definitely something that you want to have in the back of your mind, but knowing where you want to cut that list off or how far you want to stretch it
Yep.
makes such a huge difference. So those are the 6 things to do after you get engaged. Just remember, insure the ring, get champagne, and start thinking of who you want to come to the wedding.
Yep. And I think a big thing I want to touch on also is like, this is because I've been through it. Proposing was the second scariest moment of my life.
It's very scary.
Yeah,
it's
it was
nerve-wracking.
super scary.
It's a big deal for the guys.
It is. I didn't realize how big it was.
Yeah.
Buying the ring, no big deal. Picking it out, I knew what she wanted, no big deal. Figuring out approximate when I was going to do it, cool, I'm good with that. Making it actually happen and dropping to
Right.
the knee and saying the will you and everything else, scariest moment ever.
Yeah, it is.
Plan it out, run it through your head. Like, don't just randomly be like, so yeah, you know, I bought a ring.
Right,
maybe,
here you go.
You know, make it special. Make it a moment you two are going to remember. It's become popular now with friends of mine that they have someone video it. They have someone photograph it.
That are hidden that they don't know.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of friends that have had those moments where they're out somewhere
Yep.
downtown in Campus Martius,
Yep.
and they've got a friend and the family all tucked away, hidden, and
Totally.
then once they hopefully say yes, they pop out and
Right.
everyone's happy in there, and
Right.
it's a big surprise. So
We, one of our photographers just got engaged a couple weeks ago, and they were telling me that literally right after she said, I do, he's like, yeah, and so-and-so's probably in the bushes right now, you know. What? She's like, what? He's like, yeah, I had the whole thing photographed.
oh my gosh.
And as a
it's so
photographer,
exciting.
she was like, that's the greatest thing ever. And they had
Yes.
these beautiful images of it, you know.
That's such a great idea.
So that
Keep
is something
in
to think
mind.
about.
Great idea. So now here we are. Maybe you recently got engaged around Thanksgiving or
Yeah.
a couple months ago, and you're kind of itching to get started planning. Well, a great way to do that, as we mentioned, is having an engagement session. A lot of people take their photos. How far in advance before the
You
wedding?
know, I have had people that do it really close, like 6 months.
Okay.
I've had a
Okay.
lot that do it a year and 2 years in advance.
Because then you can use those photos to create a save the date, send those out.
Wedding websites.
Wedding websites, your profiles on the Not Wedding Wire, your social media. It's just a great way to make that announcement.
Yep.
So
And I'm a huge fan of engagement sessions for 2
Same.
reasons.
Yeah.
One, it allows you to get to know your photographer better, okay, interact with them.
for sure.
2, it allows you to be more comfortable on your wedding day because the two of you have already posed and interacted and are
Right? Work together.
getting these photos taken of you on your wedding day is a very new experience.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do it in an engagement session first, it now becomes a little more comfortable on the wedding day.
And an engagement is something to be celebrated. You
Absolutely.
don't want to just breeze by it like, okay, I've got a ring, now let's start
It's
planning.
not a business transaction.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Have that
I
party.
agree.
Get the photo session. Document that moment and savor it. There is no rush to start planning.
No.
Our team, people here at Mike Staff Productions, other vendors, we're ready. We're waiting whenever you want to start diving into plan. But take that moment and enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Because it's special. So let's give you a little photo inspiration. When you get that ring, you want to start, I don't know, just clocking away ideas, saving ideas. Let's take a look at some of our recent engagement sessions here at Mike Staff Productions. noticed is that a lot of those engagement sessions had so many unique factors to
That's
the
what I
couple.
was just looking at too. Yeah, I was remembering some of those, and there's a lot of personality in them.
Right, the Lions, they were on the
Ford
50-yard
Field,
line.
yeah.
How cool is
Yeah.
that? I mean, people in their libraries reading Harry Potter books, you
Yeah.
know, coffee and certain places in the metro area that are meaningful to them. This is just a great way to show off your personality, your
Yeah.
love story. So an engagement is such a major, major part of getting married.
Yeah, and I think it's where you can also have a little more fun with it.
For sure.
Than you might be
A
comfortable
lot
on the
less
wedding
pressure.
day.
A lot less
Yeah,
pressure.
and like on the wedding day, you know you're gonna stick to places close to your venue, close
Mm-hmm.
to your reception, you know, close to the ceremony spot. But on the engagement session, like all bets are off. There's no rules,
For sure.
right? You just have fun, just enjoy it, and get these awesome photos you're gonna have on your wall for years.
So a couple things, please, for those of you who maybe recently got engaged, tell us your story, or even
Yeah.
if you've been married a long time like we have, relive it. Tell us your fun engagement story in the comments. And if you guys have any questions too, for those of you maybe waiting for that proposal or recently got engaged, drop them in the comments. Our team is here to answer you. Even if you didn't catch this live, it's going to be up on our YouTube page. You can watch it later. I don't know, so we can just help get you prepared for what is hopefully to come.
Absolutely, and if you need help, you need ideas for the engagement, give me a call. We'll help you out.
Yeah, seriously.
I
we
got
have
ideas. We've seen a bunch.
So many great links in this post. Again, we have a whole blog on the 6 things to do right after you get engaged in case you missed the graphics. We'll be posting them in the comments so you can screenshot them. A whole blog about the most popular days to get engaged. We even have a new blog up on the 7 things you don't have to do
Yes.
after you get engaged. So check that out on mikestaff.com because that's actually a really good one to help narrow
It
it
is.
down and keep your sanity.
Yeah.
So much great content that Natalie and I and our team were just cranking out so you guys are prepared to enjoy and have fun and celebrate it but not get stressed. And something we should mention, Mike Staff Productions is going to be open
Yeah.
every day except Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Our sales team's going to be in the office. They're going to be open, wanting to take meetings, wanting to help you plan. So if you're home from school, if you're time off of work and you want to get started early before everything hits the fan in 2020, our team's ready.
Yeah, and it's a great time because a lot of people are off work. They are home from school. You know, they
Yeah.
have this downtime.
Yeah.
Like, take this downtime to get in and get a meeting at any time you're looking for, you know, within the realm of the hours we're open.
And
But
it takes an hour. So in
Yeah.
between shopping and cookie baking and wrapping gifts and all the stuff that you're going to be doing for the holidays, swing on by our office. We have one in Troy and in Plymouth. You can schedule an appointment with one of the links in the post. It takes an hour or less, however long you want it. It's just a great fun experience. So
awesome. I think we might have lost the video for a minute there. Listen, we still got the audio. Sorry about that, guys. But listen, also, if you get engaged and it's coming up and it's going to happen and you've been seeing all this preparation, tag us in a post.
Yeah.
We'd love to see the engagement photos. I'd love to see the ring you got. I'd love to see how they did it. Put the story in there. Tag Mike Staff Productions. We'd love to take a look.
all right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this Wednesday at Mike Staff Facebook page. You guys have a great rest of the week. Enjoy the holidays. Finish your shopping, and hopefully next time we talk to you, you're engaged.
I'll have more presents bought by then, I promise. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you next week.
You got it.